Okay, people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching this video from. My name is Katungwa Kioko. I'm a Kamba, a tribe of the BANTU community, and I come from Kenya in East Africa. Today, I want us to learn about how Kambas introduce themselves, and I want also us to get the relevance of all the similarities of how the Kambas introduce ourselves, and how that's relevant in the Christian Bible. And I want to say something. Every time when I read the Bible as a Kamba, it feels like it's my own history. Every time I see like the practices, like the practices of worship in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that is, I usually feel like this our culture, this us, this the Kamba people, this the Bantu people. But it's funny that when the white man came to Africa, they just told us that everything we did was wrong. Can you imagine the Bible? In the Bible, we read about Canaan. Canaan is supposed to be that land filled with honey and milk. But when the missionaries came to my Kamba community, who were pastors and farmers at the same time, and believe me, those days, no Kamba homestead didn't keep bees. Bees means honey. And no Kamba homestead lacked cows, goats, sheep. But when the missionaries came, they made sure that every Kamba person understood that beekeeping was demonic. Those same missionaries today, I want us to touch on the introduction and the naming, how we just introduce ourselves as a Kamba people. And then we'll compare that with the icons of the Christian Bible, like Abraham and the likes. And then you'll tell me, you'll be the judge to tell me, does it not look familiar, or does it not feel familiar when I'm introducing myself as a Kamba or a Bantu, and when we are being introduced to Abraham, to David, to Solomon, or to those big names in the Bible. So as I've said, my name is Katungwa, daughter of Kioko. My grandfather is Mwenga. My great grandfather is Mbonga. My great 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 grandfather is Kivati. My great 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 grandfather Zuzu Wamutwi. So we can go like these are like 7 generations I've mentioned. So when someone asks me, what's your name? I'll say, I'm Katungwa Wakioko. From the Atwi clan. And my mother is from the Atangwa clan. From that simple introduction, someone can tell my clan. They can tell if we are related, because you'll find that maybe you are talking to someone and they realize, oh, my grandmother is from your clan, right? So like the introduction itself was meant to make sure that there were nothing like intermarriage and stuff, because from the introduction of the name, someone could know your origins and anything pertaining your parents, and you could even give a lineage if someone wanted to know, like, so, and then as like the Kamba people as a community, we swear on truth. So I would tell someone, ni Mukamba kipindi ulawisi ng'ondu, ulawisi kana ng'ondu ye mwana, ulawisi kuthembea mbua nekaua, ulawisi ula utetikila kwika mundu ungi nae mundu ngai no wene, ulawisi musingi mutae dakia busia. So basically, I'm sharing on truth as a Kamba, and that's how every Kamba person will swear. They'll swear on truth, and what I've just said is that I'm an original Kamba. Who knows that Ngondu can give you a child? Ngondu is some kind of herb. Who knows that you can sacrifice and then you'll get rain? Who knows that you don't need to do ill to a fellow human, because there is a God in heaven who is watching? Who knows that a person who has been guided in truth is not afraid of a rain? So basically my community swears on truth. That's why even in modern day Kenya, like, because Kenya has so many tribes, Most people don't even understand us. And you'll find that for people who love shortcuts, who love corruption, who love like um, cutting their way to the top and stuff, who like going behind other people to achieve things they don't even deserve. They always label the Kamba as witches, because it's not in us to see you stealing and we just keep quiet. Because according to our community, when you witness someone doing that, doing ill to another person, it's like you are partaking in the same, and you are as guilty as the doer of the same. So like you have heard like how the Kamba community used to introduce themselves, and from the introduction of the name alone, you could know this person is from this family. Because when I talk about my name, I mention my father, my grandfather, and if you are interested, I could mention like my lineage. And on the other side, I would touch on my clan. When I touch on my clan, definitely the other person would know whether we are related. And I would also touch on the clan where my mom comes from, so that we were giving a scope. So you find that just by that introduction, it that um, saved us from so many things like intermarriage. Because when someone just introduces themselves, and from just the introduction you learn like we are related, then you won't go to the extent of falling in love, marrying each other, when maybe you are related. So that was a basic way of avoiding that. So here here I have something like, now we have to check how this compares to the Christian Bible. Yeah. So for example, salam. So for example, if you check here, we have we have we have Genesis. So we have Genesis 11:26. So it says, Terah, I'm reading the Swahili Bible. Swahili is also a Bantu language that's widely spoken in more than 10 countries in Africa. So Terah akaishi miaka 70 akamzaa Abraham. Akamzaa Abraham. Nahori na Harani. Na hivi ndivyo vizazi vya Terah. Terah akamzaa Abraham na Nahori na Harani. Harani akamzaa Lutu. Harani akafa kabla ya babake Terah. So basically here, when we are told in the Bible that like Terah, when we are told in the Bible that Terah was the father of Abraham, you are told Terah, father of Abraham, Abraham the father of Isaac. So you, when the Bible was written, they were following that, telling us from Terah we go to Hebron, from Hebron we go to Isaac, from Isaac we go to Jacob. And in the African naming, names used to have meaning. In the Christian Bible, you'll be told, for example, Isaac means love. And then they tell you, in the Hebrew language, Isaac in the Hebrew language means to love. Do you know, even in my language, Kamba, it means Hudek. Love is Idek. Idek. And if you take like 10 or even 15 sub-tribes of the Bantu community, you'll find that love sounds the same pronunciation, like we pronounce it the same. And Isaac means the same. Is that a coincidence? No. Someone took what belongs to us and used it to their advantage. Yeah, and when you continue reading, you will find that Abraham had a brother, had two brothers, and one brother died, Haran, and Haran was the father of Lot. So when you continue going down, you'll find that after God called Abraham, he moved from his birthplace, went to the land that God was to show him. And with him, he took the wife Sarah, and he took his brother's son, Lot. Do you know, in my Kamba community, when a woman is married to a homestead, for example, the way Sarah was married to Abraham, and Sarah had no child. Do you know, in my Kamba community, when you are married in a homestead and you don't have children, you will be assigned a child of that family who will be there to fetch water for you, fetch firewood for you. So to my understanding, Lord accompanied Abraham and Sarah when they were coming out of Haran, because according to the tradition, to the Bantu tradition. That's why I choose to believe that the Bible is talking about the Bantu tradition. And according to my Bantu tradition, when someone is married in a family, they don't have children, they are assigned a child of that family, and that child is supposed to be there to serve as a child of that woman who doesn't have children, or who has not yet born kids. And that is my Bantu tradition. So with time we'll keep on exploring, and we'll keep on exploring and learning more and unlearning, because the truth needs to be told. People, I'm not saying we are not out of the woods yet, because most people who are Christians, for example, staunch Christians in this country, when they see someone doing this, what I'm doing right now, they are like, I'm satanic. There is nothing satanic about choosing to educate yourself, because even the Bible itself tells us we perish due to lack of knowledge. Just teach yourself something. Learn to question things. Don't believe in everything you hear, you are told. I'm not saying like everything we have been told is a lie, but sometimes the truth is so hidden in lies that it's so hard even to find it out. And you have to have a discerning spirit, and you have also to research, to question, so that you may get the truth out. And another thing I say, I was once a strong Christian, even may say, but my spirit just said no, and nobody did me anything, like nobody chased me out of that, nobody wronged me there, but my spirit just got tired. I think because when you are, I knew nothing about, I hadn't gotten so deep into just trying to look for the truth. But it's so funny that the Bible points us to Israel, that is on the other side of the desert. But the white people are looking even for Solomon's gold mine in Africa. If you believe Israel is where you say it is, what are you looking for in Africa? Why can't you go in Israel and look for the gold mines and the larger Arabic Peninsula. Why are you looking for things in Africa and you are misdirecting people to go and look for them on the other side of the world? Let's try honesty. But I just believe that bumble of lies that has lasted for years has been busted. So let's see how the awakening goes. And yeah, I thank Mulungu, the God of the Kamba, for making sure that I pursue the truth, because the truth can always set us free. So bye bye and see you in the next one. Thank you.